Hello again and welcome back to this series of how to make videos aimed at teachers and teaching assistants in primary and middle schools. In an earlier video in this series I showed you how to make a very simple elastic band powered paddle boat. Here's my Mk2 paddle boat. It's a similar design, but it has a more complicated paddle. Once again I'm using Corex, particularly good for boats because it's waterproof, but this time instead of the 3mm for the deck I'm using 4mm Corex for the deck. The reason I'm using 4mm apart from the strength is that we're going to be threading the elastic band through the flutes, so we need the flutes to be large enough. Now, using a craft knife, safety ruler and cutting mat, I've cut out a section of the deck 9 centimeters long by 5 centimeters wide, and I forgot to say the deck is 20 centimeters by 15 centimeters, and it's very important that the holes in the Corex, the flutes, run across. Can you see that in the light? So the holes are running across the deck that way. Okay, so now let's get to work on the paddle. I'm going to use a cotton reel this time. We've got 8 pieces of 4mm Corex, rectangles, with the holes running across. Can you see that? And the width is governed by the cotton reel so that they fit between the flanges of the cotton reel. How long are they? They are about 3 centimeters long, and we're going to glue these on with a glue gun. Before we do that, to try and make a more reliable joint, I bent over the flanges. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that I've bent them over to create a larger gluing surface? So let's start putting these on. Obviously, if a student's going to make this, they need to be familiar with glue guns and how to use them carefully and safely. Conveniently, we've got these parts of the cotton reel which will help us to line up the blades. So instead of the Mk1 version had 4 blades, this Mk2 is going to have 8 blades. And there we go. It doesn't matter if they're a little bit out. They're not quite at right angles. Coming along here, that's 3 on, and now a 4th, and then I'm not going to make you watch me glue the rest on. We're going to put 4 more there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there and 1 there, so that we end up with a paddle with 8 blades like this. Okay, next we're going to attach the rubber bands to the paddle. I had a lot of trouble coming up with a way of doing this. I'm using 2 number 14 elastic bands, and we're going to fix them on by passing them over a small strip of Corex and then gluing the Corex down onto the side of the cotton reel. Let me hold that up. Can you see that? So that's how we're going to fix it. Notice these strips are a little bit too long. I'm probably being fussy. Let's just cut them back so that it's the diameter of the cotton reel. And to help secure the rubber band, I'm just going to make 2 notches. I'm being very careful with this craft knife. Students might need to get an adult to help them to do this. Same with this one, we'll cut it back a bit shorter and cut 2 notches there. It's just to help you to secure the rubber band. There we go. Obviously don't cut all the way through. Then put the band in and then pull it tight so that hopefully, not entirely successful, let's cut those notches a bit a little bit more. Oh, that's better. And then pull it tightly so that the rubber band goes in the notches. There we are at last. Can you see that? So now we're going to put some glue on there. Perhaps there's an easier way of doing this, I haven't thought of it yet. And glue that down onto the side of the cotton reel. Just hold it up so you can see. So can you see how we've secured that rubber band on that side? We'll now do the other side. Let's learn from what happened and make these notches a little bit deeper. There we go. Get the other rubber band, pull it tight so that it goes into the notch. There we are. And then put some glue. That worked much better that time. Put some glue on there. Try not to put glue on the rubber band, it might cause it to snap. This is a high melt glue gun. Get it lined up so that it's in the centre like that. So there's our two rubber bands, and I can show you it working if I hold the rubber bands when we spin it, wind it up, you can see that it's spinning round. Okay, now here comes the clever bit of the design. You're going to need some small pieces of pipe cleaner. All these materials, the cotton reel, the Correx, the rubber bands, the pipe cleaner, are all available from my shop. You need 2 pieces of pipe cleaner about that long. Fold them into a V shape, and I've got a hook here to help me to get the rubber band through. I've bent this up from a paper clip. It's got to be small enough to fit inside the flutes of the Correx. Now we look at this and we choose a hole that's near the centre of that slot. I think that one's probably it. Hook onto one of the rubber bands and start to pull it through the hole. There we are. Pull it out, open it up, pass the pipe cleaner through the rubber band. I hope you're able to see this, and then push the pipe cleaner down into the holes in the side. So can you see that, how the pipe cleaner now is securing the rubber band? Exactly the same on the other side. Make sure you've got the right hole. I think it must be that one. Catch the rubber band with the hook, pull it through. There we are. Is that lined up? Yeah. Oh, I think I've got a problem. Can you see that the paddle is too close to there? So what would be quicker? I think rather than to move it all, I think I'm going to make that slot a bit deeper. So anyway, back here, open up the band, push the pipe cleaner through, and then down. Oh, nearly lost the band there. And then down into the hole on either side of the rubber band. Are you picking that up? And push that in there. Now stupidly I've gone too close to the end of the slot, so I'm now very carefully going to just lengthen that by a couple of flutes. I'm being very careful because I'm not using a safety ruler, and then go across here. There we are. Now can you see that I've got plenty of room there for it to spin round. Okay, finally we need to make sure that it floats. So we've got some pieces of expanded polystyrene here, and we're going to glue these on underneath. There's one. and the second one. Be warned, cutting up polystyrene creates a lot of mess. Okay, my paddle wheel's a little bit wonky, but hopefully it will still work. Now I've made a test canal here from, you guessed it, from Corex, and let's see if we can wind this up and see if our boat works. I wish I had a longer canal. Let's see. Yes, that's working really nicely. Probably needs some more polystyrene at the front. Perhaps I should have made sure the polystyrene goes the whole length of the boat. Let's wind it up a bit more. It only just made it to the end. There we go. You can see we've got some power there. So I hope you enjoy making these paddle boats. Thanks for watching.